Welcome back to our podcast. I am the gentleman, accompanied by the disturbed Southern Belle,
Hello.
and today we will be discussing the cryptids of the UK. And these are actually some fairly good ones. I've put in some better known ones and some of the lesser known ones. Starting out, I thought we would go with probably the best known cryptid of all time, Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, yes. Good old Nessie.
Even I think she's probably more famous than even Bigfoot,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
which actually I think also hails from the UK.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know for
the
sure. I didn't put enough research into that one.
don't know the full origins on it. I've heard about it in like places like Oregon and Washington
Yeah,
state, but I don't know.
it's basically the same thing as the Yetis and all that.
Right.
They're basically the same type of creature.
Right.
Anyways, as I said, we're starting with the Loch Ness Monster, and the actual very first reported sighting was in 1933.
Holy crap.
Not as long back as I would have expected,
Not really.
actually.
Not really, no.
April 1933, which led to the iconic image of the plesiosaur rising from the lake.
Right. Yeah, I guess probably everybody saw that at some point.
Probably. It was created from a photograph by a man named Kenneth Wilson. The photograph itself was created in 34. However, the image was debunked later on as a false submission in 99.
Right.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
A long time for that to have been considered evidence.
Right. Definitely is. Is that the one where they thought it was somebody's hand or something eventually or something?
I'm not 100% on that.
I know I saw something where they were saying something about they thought it was like somebody's arm or something, but I don't know. That could have been a different one. Who knows?
Actually, this could very well be the first or one of the earliest documented pieces of doctored photographs
Right.
of Photoshop.
That's crazy.
Because
that's
it
that
was
old.
thought to be a doctored photograph.
Right. That old. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Who knew they could do that back then?
I guess theoretically it wouldn't be that hard, but that's thinking about what we have nowadays.
Right.
But anyways, of course there are hundreds of other images and filmed videos of Nessie, and thousands of people believe in the existence of the Loch Ness Monster. And over the years, she has actually been classified as a giant newt, an
Okay.
eel, a giant squid, a ghost, and best of all, an elephant.
An elephant. Okay. Alrighty. The elephant seems a little out there, but
Just a little bit.
okay.
No more out there than a giant newt.
Well, no, I mean, where would they be getting newt from looking at it? I mean, isn't a newt like a salamander or something?
I think so, yes.
Okay, sure, why not? So what's supposed to be sticking up out of the water? Its tail?
Possibly.
Okay.
Or
All
a
right.
head.
Okay.
No idea.
Sure, why not?
Anyways, the next on the list is the Scottish Kelpie, which is another fairly well-known one.
Yep.
The Scottish Kelpie is typically depicted as a beautiful mare, but they're actually shapeshifters. They're water spirits that would often take the form of horses on land in order to trick people into riding them, and the mares would run people into a watery
Right.
grave.
Are those the ones where if you get on them, you get stuck and can't get off?
I'm fairly certain, yes.
Where they're like, almost like they're made of tar or something?
I think so,
literally
yeah.
stuck. I think they go after kids a lot too, they said.
I think they do, yeah.
Supposedly.
So, next on the list is the Black Dog of Bungay.
I think I've actually heard of that one on something.
Another fairly common legend. It is a large black dog, and they are known, specifically black dogs are known to plague the realm of cryptids, especially in the UK.
Right.
There's 4 or 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And since the time of the Saxons, these black dogs, they're typically encountered in dark, lonely places such as alleyways,
Right.
caverns, stuff like that.
Oh, of course.
And they're often seen as omens of death.
So what are they supposed to be like? Hounds of hell sort of things, or just
I guess, kind of, yeah.
omens of death, period, kind of like if you hear the banshee holler at it, it's supposed to.
Yeah, I think it's more like the banshee.
Oh, okay. All right. I have heard of those, I think, on something else, I believe, at one time. But yeah, that's definitely interesting. That black dog, it kind of makes you think it'd be made of like shadows or something kind of creepy and freaky. So yeah, that would be scary to come across, definitely. And I've heard different ones like supposed to have like glowing red eyes and all kinds of creepy stuff. So yeah, that would be really something you wouldn't want to see.
No, especially if you're all alone.
Right.
At night, just walking through the streets.
And right.
You look into an alley, you just see a pair of glowing eyes.
Right.
Menacing, shadowy figure.
Exactly. And usually they're supposed to be like bigger than like a normal dog. So they are even huge. Creepier because like, what is it? Especially if it's in the shadows and it blends in, because we have a black dog and I can tell you he can blend into the shadows easily. So yeah, that would be.
We're lucky part of him is a little bit brown.
Right. It can be creepy. You can just totally overlook them.
Anyways, in Yorkshire, it's known as Barguest. In Lancashire, it's known as Skriker. And arguably one of the most well-known is based in Suffolk. This large dog is named Black Shuck, which is derived from the Old English word skuka, which means demon.
Oh my God. That is freaky then. That would make you kind of think the hound of hell kind of thing or something almost. I mean, even if it's not supposed to be tied with that, demon, you would just think, maleficent, weird thing you wouldn't want to encounter. No.
Yeah.
Especially if it's an omen. Is it your death or just an omen of death, period?
I think it's just omen of death, period.
Oh, that's even.
I don't know if it's specifically going to be you that dies. It may just be someone close to you or someone near you.
That's even creepier in a way, because then it would be like, who's going to die? And that would be
just isolating yourself from everything might not work here.
Right. That would be,
That's truly terrifying.
It is.
That's worse than knowing that you're going to die.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't know who it was and then what's going to happen.
It could be at any moment.
Right. That's creepy.
Never know.
I know.
And you might not even know who dies.
Exactly.
For a while.
Right. That is creepy.
Anyways, sticking with the trend of one or two gaming references per episode of mine, you can fight this legendary creature in Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh, wow. Does it look like this?
I don't know. I have yet to encounter it. I just learned that while working on the script.
That's kind of cool.
I'm actively hunting for it whenever I play.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what it's going to look like. Is it going to make it, depicted like it's supposed to actually look, like shadowy and black and everything? Because that would be creepy.
Judging from what I've seen, it is actually a very large black dog, about the size of a bear.
Oh my God.
That is a fully grown bear in the game.
That's a huge dog, yeah.
I've only seen like one photograph of it.
Like some prehistoric dog or something that survived.
That's a crazy. Giant wolf.
Yeah, you would think
pitch black too. Yeah. Which is kind of cool.
I think that thing would be easy to spot and everybody be seeing it, everywhere. So that makes it even creepier that you.
Especially since it's been around since the time of the Saxons.
Good grief. That is a long.
Which is about the time frame of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Right.
Which is probably why Black Shuck is in the game.
Right.
Anyways, during a storm on August 4th of 1577, Black Shuck was said to have appeared in St. Mary's Church in Bungay, like in the church.
Oh my goodness.
And it's said that it ran between two worshippers, wringing their necks and killing them. This dog.
Okay, how is it?
I don't know.
Like with its mouth?
I tried to imagine how this would work as I was writing the script. I have no idea.
The only thing I can imagine is it would have bit them or something, but that one you wouldn't think would just wring their neck. You think more would still be like damaged, bite marks or something. I don't know. I guess it's a ghost dog, so it doesn't penetrate the skin. It just can grab you. But yeah, two people, you would think one of them could get away. It must work fast.
Yeah, it would have to.
Unless it did them at the same time, and then how? I mean, that's crazy.
There was actually a similar incident reported in Blithburgh Church, only 11 kilometers away, which, for the American viewers or Imperial System users, that's about 7 miles. So that's not far.
Crazy, though, that it was in the church. Now, you don't hear about that often. That's not something, I mean, you do sometimes, but generally
speaking.
both
of these happen in churches.
Right. Usually it's more like you might see a ghost or something, not something that actually hurts people, so to speak, usually. Now, I'm not going to say there's never been a case of hauntings or whatever, but in churches, but that's not common. So that is kind of creepy.
It's also strange that the omen of death would be the one to kill them.
Right. So I guess he's more than an omen of death.
I guess
he's
so.
Also an executioner.
He's got a corporeal form, apparently.
Apparently so. Good grief. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm. Definitely one of my personal favorite UK cryptids.
Oh yeah. It's definitely interesting.
Just because it's so cool.
I imagine it would be. I mean, it sounds creepy, really, just to imagine it.
Which is kind of on brand for us.
Right, exactly.
Anyways, a fairly cool thing. I was interested in it, so I put it in the script. Another English legend is that of the Beast of Exmoor. This nocturnal cryptid is typically described as a large, muscular cat with dark gray to pitch black fur with white patches on and around its head.
Okay, a cat. Does it like walk like a cat, or is it like bipedal?
It's a giant cat.
Okay.
Much like Black Shuck.
Aha. I know some, like they walk on
the cat people,
right?
Basically,
sort of, yeah, kind of like what you think a werepet, some kind of werewolf man or something. But
lichen,
right? So yeah, that's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And what does it do?
Or
you just see it?
It's just a giant animal in the woods.
Does it have like any ties to it? Like, are you supposed to die or something if you see it, or it's just like just scary?
It's just a giant cat. This cryptid is kind of grounded in reality because the Exmoor Zoo released a statement saying that they believe the large cat was a melanistic hybrid leopard that had been released into the wild unethically.
Okay.
And back in 1983, the Royal Marines had been sent to investigate the disappearance of local livestock. And there had been a record of one of the Marines who spotted it saying that the beast moved with human-like intelligence.
Okay, what does that mean, I wonder?
Intelligent cat.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying, though. What does human-like intelligence look like with just seeing something move? Maybe hiding or something? Or, I
mean, is that really specifically human-like intelligence, though? That's probably just a survival instinct type of thing.
But I mean, I guess.
I mean, they see danger, they're going to
hide or run away, or
their survival instincts are going to kick in.
Right, fight or flight. So, yeah. And they couldn't do anything, catch it, shoot it.
Apparently not.
What? I would assume if it's a leopard, though, I mean, if that's what it was, and people just maybe exaggerated the story, I would assume if it was alive that long ago, it's not around anymore, though. Well, I don't know, unless it bred with something, but it would have to be something pretty big and like it in order to breed. I don't really know what all the animals they have in the UK, but I've never really heard of like leopards or anything running around, something similar. That's nuts. That's kind of crazy. And it's scary too if you think about it. If that was actually really a leopard just kind of turned loose, if it got a hold of somebody, you can imagine, Jesus, if you just happened up on it. Yeah,
very much so.
Who knows? I wouldn't want to, be out in the woods and come up on something like that, especially if he's by yourself. It'd be even scary. I mean, not saying I would want to, sacrifice somebody, but yeah,
At least you have a better chance of survival.
Maybe, because maybe.
It's not who runs fastest, it's who doesn't run the slowest.
I was thinking more like if it attacked you, the other person maybe could hit it or something and maybe get it also. But no, I'm afraid you would just leave me and take off running.
Well, not you.
Okay.
I'm saying a complete stranger.
Oh, well then.
Then again, I probably wouldn't do that either.
I don't know what I would do, honestly. I mean, I would hope I would try to help.
I'm not a complete coward.
Right, I would hope I would try to help, but God, that would be something horrific to see. I mean, I wouldn't want to see it. It's not funny, to think about in reality, but good God, I couldn't imagine happening upon something like that. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. Next on the list, the Rat Man of Southend.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The Rat Man of
Southend. Just the name. It's just funny. I'm sorry. Is he actually like a rat man or?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yes and no. There's two origins to this creature, two different versions. The first is a ghost.
Okay.
In this story, he was a hermit who had been beaten to death by local teens.
Oh my God.
And his corpse had been consumed by rodents.
Oh, that's sad. Really. Yep. I mean, I wouldn't doubt stuff like that hasn't happened, but that's sad. That's really sad. I don't care if it's a hermit or anybody. That's awful. But, ugh.
The other origin states that he had been born the mutated son of a mayor.
Okay.
Mayor.
Okay, gotcha. I'm going to say a mare, like, why would it be
pronunciation error on my
part.
part.
That's fine. I was just picturing a horse, and I was like, why would it be a rat then? That is heavily mutated. I mean, really. Oh, my. I mean, well, it would be. I mean, if a horse gave birth to something that looked like a rat, that would be like,
That'd be a bit weird.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways.
That sounds more like mythology stuff or something.
It does. That's Loki's kind of deal.
Right, really.
Anyways, the mayor built an overpass for the child to live under.
Like a bridge or something sort of? Yeah.
And there we go. That's the end of that.
Okay, and he's a rat man. What does he do? Nothing? Just, he's there?
I don't know. I looked at a few different sources. I didn't really find anything. He's just a rat man.
Happen upon him. Why you
rat man doing rat things.
Right. Now, you would think if it was like the ghost of a guy, he'd be
haunt stuff,
or be out for vengeance or something. Maybe like if, say, young boys beat him to death, he'd be like after he saw some young boys out or something kind of thing, but who knows?
Let's see. All right. So for those of us who grew up with the Harry Potter series, our next cryptid is the Boggart or Bogart. Just depends on how you pronounce it.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I mean, even in Harry Potter, but on other things as well. Yeah.
A bit differently than the Harry Potter version, this creature is known to be a short, hairy humanoid with animalistic features.
What kind of animal? Just animalistic in general?
Just in general. Like hair all over the body, pointed ears, stuff like that.
Right.
I think it varies between instances of the Boggart, but
Yeah.
Let's see. These creatures are known to be pranksters and usually do harmless stuff like hiding stuff or souring milk.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I've heard of them. I've heard like little tales about them.
However, on occasion, they are prone to do more harmful things like kidnapping children.
Yep. That's going to say, aren't they the ones that kidnap the babies?
Yep. They are the ones that kidnap the babies.
And what do they do with them? Do they keep them?
Don't know.
I've never heard.
Again, I went through a few sources. For each of these, and I didn't see anything about what they do with children.
Right. I've never heard any different other than them just taking children, but that almost makes you think kind of like the Fae stealing women and stuff, to breed with and things like that, different things. So it kind of makes you wonder if maybe that's what they're doing. Like maybe they can't have kids or something, or maybe they grow up later. I don't know.
I'm assuming they raise them to be Boggarts.
Maybe. Maybe they got some kind of magic or something and they can change them. I mean, who knows? Yeah.
Let's see. The next creature is not really a creature. Jenny Greenteeth.
Okay. Now this one I haven't heard of, I don't think.
Also known as Wicked Jenny. This cryptid is a legendary river hag. It's said to look like an ugly old woman with long, sharp teeth and long hair and distinctive green skin.
Okay.
She a witch.
So is her teeth green too?
I no idea. I imagine they're just teeth, just green skin.
But she's called green teeth? You'd think, be green skin, but...
I didn't even think about that.
Whatever. Or maybe she's there just saying Jenny Green and then teeth because she's just got weird teeth. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But, okay.
This woman is known to lurk upon the upper parts of trees, jumping from tree to tree, I assume, something like that.
Okay.
Aside from her appearance, she is feared because when given the chance, she takes and drowns children and elders who are secluded in her river.
Okay.
River.
So like the weaker people, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So she preys on the weak, basically. Kids and elderly people.
Yep.
That's kind of freaky and sad.
Yep.
So that makes you think she's kind of a coward then, sort of.
Very much
she's
so.
Picking on like kids and older people that maybe couldn't fight her off or something. That's, ugh. So stay out of that river. Is she in any river or just specific river?
It does not specify. None of the stories. I've read.
That's crazy. Ugh. So stay out of the water, people.
Stay away from trees as well.
Yeah, stay away from trees. Yeah,
Doesn't matter where, just stay away from trees.
She's jumping out of the trees at you too, so good grief. Especially stay away from trees near water.
Oh yes, that is much worse.
Good grief.
I guess that's going to do it for this episode. I do plan on uploading a shorter clip or something onto TikTok maybe later on during the week. Probably before the Belle does her episode for the week. And yeah, I'll turn it over to her to discuss what she's going to cover.
Okay, so we're going to talk about some of the most haunted places in the UK, like the Tower of London and some of other creepy locations, because there are some really creepy ghost stories around that. Don't know why it would be the Tower of London, because it's got such a great history, of course, as everyone knows. It's so...
As does it.
Oh yeah, it's just such a nice place. So we're going to be talking about that. And yeah, we're going to be adding some TikToks. We're working on our editing software, getting the hang of it, and adding some videos to YouTube. So be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, and don't forget to stay disturbed.